Some of the best vacations are spent at home. Anyone know why? You don't have to tip for the lousy service, and especially for the incivility home is absolutely free. But this summer I took this vacation on the road, sort of like Mary and Joseph did at this Christmas time. My son Andrew, we hooked up with a trip to go to Poland for 2 weeks. But the flight to Poland was out of Chicago. Chicago, Tampa. 1,200-mile difference between the two. And we weighed our options. Should we fly him up on his own? Mommy had trouble parting with son that way. Plaintiff, I don't know why she was seeing different. Or we could drive up. Well, one of our cousins just recently had, he was riding in a garbage truck he works with, and the truck rolled over and smashed his foot, so he lost his foot. We thought, well, we'll make it a family trip. We'll sort of go 100 miles out of our way, say hi to him, because, it's only been a month since it happened. Okay, we'll drive up. So my wife doesn't have vacation, so she made this a long weekend for her. For me, I had the vacation time. But her, we had to squeeze it into her work week. So we loaded up the van. I barricaded my eldest in the back seat with his iPad and his cell phone. My son Andrew and my youngest son Jordan sat in the middle. They were going to man the DVD player. So far, good. Friday evening, we left. We kept driving and driving. Kept pushing and pushing. We made it to Cincinnati, Ohio. Sort of late at night, but we thought, okay, let's stop and get a hotel room. And just like Mary and Joseph. Do you have a room? No. Go to the next hotel. Do you have a room? No. Why don't you have a room? Oh, the Reds are playing in town, and there's a jazz convention. You're kidding. These two events take up all the hotels along the way around Cincinnati? Unbelievable. So we pushed on and kept pushing and took it as far as the 5-hour energy could take us. Somewhere between Cincinnati and Columbus, we stopped at a rest area, pulled into the parking lot, and took a little pleasant nap. We proceeded, after we woke up, a little bit groggy, continued driving up into Ohio to visit my cousin. We stopped to see him. That was great. Oh, did I mention that my eldest complained all the way that he was forced to go? So vacation, I've learned, is a system whereby people who are merely tired become exhausted, and especially at the end of 5-hour energy. We visited my cousin in Ravenna, and then we drove up a little bit more to Cleveland, Ohio to visit my brother. By the way, these two visits were the easiest and the most pleasant phase of my trip. Next, we drove up to Chicago from Cleveland. We drove Saturday afternoon, making it through Saturday evening. Well, it gets dark around Chicago a little bit earlier than it does way down here down south. And we thought, well, we'll take the quickest way to Chicago. We took the Beltway. Tolls, under construction, Saturday night. What they say of the highway signs is really true, that they're only understandable to those people who already know where they're going. I can't believe the speeds, 60 miles an hour speeding through at 1 o'clock in the morning, into the toll booth and out of the toll booth, 30 cars deep. One lady sat there and paid her $7 in tolls. It seemed like a nickel at a time. So we decided, let's keep driving. Let's make it to the airport, because that's where my son has to fly from Sunday afternoon. We drive straight through to the airport. Don't find any hotels. We find out the next day that all the hotels are as you're leaving the airport, not as you're getting to the airport. Makes sense now. It didn't make sense at 1 o'clock in the morning. So we literally crashed at the hotel at the airport. After another longer nap this time, we drove into Chicago to visit the movie pier. But before that, we made sure to thank God for arriving alive. not that we've left anybody behind. Did I mention my eldest complained all the way? So we're trying to find this Navy pier. We sort of can see it, and we're driving up and down the lakefront, looking for how to get to this pier. Sunday afternoon, a summer Sunday afternoon. Half of Chicago seems to be walking around, and the other half are the tourists walking around. Eventually, with our relatives there, we contacted them, and they said, oh, turn here. Well, eventually we did find parking for the Navy pier in a parking garage. We parked on the 10th floor of the parking garage. And above that was residential area. This was an old building. It wasn't built for parking. At least it didn't appear that way. It was very narrow driving up. And it was around and around and around. At the 8th floor, my wife made the turn to 2 stores. We stopped at the 10th floor to look at the damage and find it in our parking space. And there was a nice white mark going across the sliding door over to the rear tire. But the vehicle was still functional. So it was still a good trip there. Our relatives found us at the Navy pier, eating. Good, we replenished our energy, or so we thought. We had fun at the pier, did the touristy thing. When we were leaving Sunday afternoon, we're driving down and around and around and around. Now we have to find our way out of Chicago. And they had been filming a movie at the time. Transformers 3 is being filmed there. So there's one street completely torn up, and there's broken cars everywhere. And we're trying to leave Chicago. My wife pulls up to the intersection. You see the movie trucks over here. And the cop goes, come on, come on. My wife's like, can I turn here? Sure, yeah, hurry up. So as we're turning, all of a sudden we hear explosions behind us. Like, oh, that's nice. So we leave Chicago, and now we have a good story. The Transformers attacked our van. But leaving Chicago, I unfortunately didn't have directions on the way out. So I sort of backtracked through Ohio back home. Driving late at night, once again to the end of the 5-hour energy limit, stopped in Wapakoneta, Ohio. What's there? The Neil Armstrong Museum. The guy who first stepped foot on the moon. And as we were getting into the hotel, totally tired, we lost our keys in the van. AAA showed up, popped the lock rather easily, went to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. Woke up, ate at a nice IHOP next door, and proceeded to head back home. Need I say more that my eldest was complaining again about this entire trip? Tuesday morning, the Eagle or the van has finally landed in Tampa. 3,000 miles later. Now, vacations are a little like love. They're anticipated with relish, not wait. They're experienced with inconvenience. I mentioned the kid in the back. But best of all, they're remembered for their nostalgia and the car repair bill. Thank you.
Topic for me to talk about.